Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Obsessive Prepper AZ. I did a video last week talking about potatoes. I was out of my sliced potatoes. Now, normally I go to Winco, I purchase them there. They have them bulk. They have dehydrated cheese in bulk. Well, you know, 2021, toss it away. Nothing is what we expect it to be. So in that video, I'll leave it up here if you're interested in watching it. I ended up with 60 pounds of potatoes for give or take $10. I went ahead and canned 21 quarts of my potatoes, but then I went ahead and dehydrated. I'm only on the start of dehydrating my sliced potatoes. You can dehydrate your own potatoes. You do not have to spend a lot of money on purchasing dehydrated potatoes. You can do them shredded, diced, sliced, whatever you desire. So at the end of this, I'm going to go ahead and let you watch how to dehydrate the potatoes. I'm kind of going backwards, forwards right now. So in my dehydrator, my first batch, I wanted to show you. Now I had all 9 trays of my potatoes, and then I ended up pulling the trays and dumping one potato tray on the other to finish drying. So this is what it looks like, your homemade dehydrated potatoes. What I will do is after they're done, I will leave them in the dehydrator and I will let them just sit for about 24 hours before I actually put them away. That way, if there's any moisture at all, it kind of condensates, it goes away instead of putting it in the jar and having it still in the jar. Now, this is one of the potatoes here. All over my floor, I'll have to clean it up, but it'll give you an idea. They're like chips. Now, if you want a neat way to make your own potato chips, you could do the same. Soak your potatoes in salt water after you parboil them, cool them off, put them in salt water, and then sprinkle some sea salt over the top of them. Makes it great. Now, you can see on my tray here, let me see if I can get the light in on it a little bit better for you, that all my potatoes, for the most part, are white. Now, for some reason, I'm not even going to even try to guess why you'll get certain discolorations from the potatoes. Now, why this happened, maybe they didn't cook all the way through, parboiled, I'm not sure. Perfectly fine. Aesthetic-wise, it's not pleasing. If you don't care, you mix it in with soup mix, cheese, making a gratin potatoes, you're not going to care. But the majority of my potatoes do not have that on there. And again, you can decide how thick you want to make them. You can cut them whatever. In my mandolin that I've got, that I'll show you here, from IKEA was under $10, and it works like a charm. I try to show these videos for you to give you ideas on things to do for storing food, for you to be able to do it inexpensively without putting a lot of money into it. Now, if you were to purchase this from Augustin, Honeyville, Thrive, any of those different number 10 can places, you're going to spend top dollar for it. And just a little bit of your time in a dehydrator, you can do all of this for so much cheaper. And then this way, your food is shelf stable. You're not worried about storing fresh potatoes. The lifespan that you can get on a potato without it going soft, without it sprouting. Potatoes are one of those things that are the easiest to dehydrate or can to make them shelf stable. So I highly suggest checking out my canning video on potatoes, trying to dehydrate different types of product. So easy, so easy. In this video here, I discuss about adding potatoes to packaged potatoes to make your meal bigger, to stretch it out for your family in a doomsday SHTF situation. So these simple ideas are great. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch what I'm doing here. There's so much that you can do dehydrated on your own without spending a lot of money. So we're going to go ahead and get into this video. I'm going to show you real easy how to take potatoes like this and make them shelf stable. Now I have my potato slices in water here. You want to put them in water. If you do not, they're going to discolor. So the first step is we're going to take our potato. I love my mandolin. It's like $10, less than $10 at IKEA. Super easy. These little containers, they have snap lids. They're glass. They are at IKEA, and this will fit on perfectly. And all I do is simply slice my potatoes. Once I get down to the end, I will take my little handle here so we don't slice our fingers off. Show you how quickly one potato goes with this mandolin from IKEA. Now I get this has got little grooves on it. All right, we're gonna finish this out real quick. All right, that was one potato. And I will just go ahead and get it in my water here until I'm ready for the next step. So now we're just going to put our potatoes in a colander, and we're going to put them in boiling hot water for exactly 4 minutes. We're going to parboil our potatoes. Now, once you put your potatoes in your boiling water, it is going to lower the temperature down. That's all right. It doesn't have to be boiling hot water at this point. I'm going to go ahead. I've got another minute and 30 seconds. I'm letting them cook. You do not want them to overcook because then they will be too soft. So just cook it for that 4 minutes. So now we've gone ahead and 4 minutes is up. I'm going to run some cold water over the top of them to stop them from cooking. I don't want them to cook anymore. We're going to go ahead and load them in our dehydrator trays. Mostly the reason why I use cold water is so that I can handle them to get them in on my dehydrator trays. Now at this point, all I'm going to do is go ahead and line my dehydrator trays with my potatoes. How simple and easy is that? I'll get them in the dehydrator, turn it on, and show you the next step. But, you know, it's more time consuming than anything to do with difficulty. But once you have these shelf stable, you will just love your potatoes. So our potatoes are in our dehydrator. We went ahead and stacked them. I did some layers overlapping. That'll be fine. As they dry, I will move them around. We are going to cook them at 135 degrees for close to 10 hours. Now, potatoes, just like any vegetable, when you're dehydrating, there could be variance on how long. You want them to sound like a potato chip. Once they get to that point, you let them sit. I let them sit in my dehydrator. I open the lid and I just let it sit for 24 hours because you don't want to go ahead and put it in a jar because you'll cause condensation, things like that. So I will go ahead and leave them in my dehydrator. Once I get to this point where the 10 hours are done with, I will get back with you and show you the results. So I've gone ahead and done all of the potatoes back here. We're going to go ahead and potatoes are unsealed. We're going to get our lid on, put our lid attachment on. We're going to hook this up, and then we're going to push canister. These are already done. I've sealed these. I also put the date on it. Done. Pull that. I'm going to go ahead and put potato. 20. Like I said, it is really easy to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it had answered some questions for you. Get to dehydrating. Super easy to do. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. If you want to be notified for future videos, ring the bell. Have a blessed day.